Dexter.
Dexter.
Hey, Dexter.
You Dexter.
But Dexter, Dexter.
Hey, Dexter.
Dex.
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 Hey, Dexter. 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 Dexter.
Dexter. Dexter.
Dexter. Dexter.
Good to have friends.
Welcome everybody. Today we're talking all about Dexter Season 3 filming locations, then and now. Now I'm going to be only covering the first 4 episodes. Now I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you have already seen Season 3. But if you haven't, I'm going to give you a little warning up front. There are going to be some spoilers. Now I'm not going to explain the whole plot. I'm just going to say just enough for watching this to remember what happened in the scene. That way you can go, oh yeah, okay. And I hate to break some of your hearts, but most of Dexter is not filmed in Miami. You're gonna find out in this video where it actually is filmed. Let's go. Now this right here is Freebo's house. It's from Season 3, Episode 1, Our Father. This is the house that Dexter goes to pretending like he's a druggie and he wants to buy some drugs from Freebo. He's not really there, obviously, to buy drugs. He's just there to size up Freebo and figure out what he's up against. Now, the exterior of the house was changed. I'm assuming it's to make the house look more like a drug dealer's house, boarding up the windows so no one can see in. Now, at one time the house really was pink, but now, as you can see, it's no longer the case. Now, it looks like the real house has also been remodeled since the taking of some of these photos. But if you actually look over at the apartment next door, that hasn't really changed. The front of the house, they got rid of the fence. They don't have the tree. The tree may have been a prop as well, I don't know. But what we can see is the surrounding areas pretty much are the same. So without completely doxing this home, I'm just gonna tell you the whereabouts. It's in San Pedro, California. It's basically the port of Los Angeles. And you can just Google it and find it. It's really easy to find on Google. Just know it's in San Pedro, the port of Los Angeles. Anyway, Freebo's house from Dexter Season 3, Episode 1. Now right now we're out here in San Pedro, California, and right behind me here is the Maritime Museum. And just left of the Maritime Museum is another filming location of Dexter. Let's go check it out. This is in Season 3, Episode 1, Our Father. Now in this scene, Dexter is showing up to a murder scene. They found a Jane Doe, an unknown body at the moment, and he was coming to help investigate. And during the scene that he shows up, this building right here behind me is in the shot. So since this building is over to, I believe, his right side, or the right side of the footage, that means that Dexter pulled up into this driveway right here. Now we got to remember that this was recorded 20 years ago, so some shrubbery and some changes may have happened within those 20 years. Now in the photo I'm trying to match up, you can see that Dexter's SUV is kind of taking up a lot of the landscape here, but just off to the back of his SUV, you can see that there was a field of grass that doesn't appear to be there anymore. So, as I said, 20 years ago. As this scene goes on, Dexter finds out that the dead body is actually Freebo's girlfriend, Tegan. And the scene where they're actually looking at the body is right about in here. Now, a lot has changed. I believe they have put in a new deck here and raised it up quite a bit. But if you look at the background of the photos and some of the footage that I'm going to show you, you can tell it happened right in here. Now, I think they were lower to the level of the water, and there used to be a lot more weeds and grass or whatever and that's where they found the body. So it happened right in here. This here is a photo of the Maritime Museum taken circa 2008, right around the time they were filming season 3 of Dexter. As you can see, the landscape is completely different, so we're not going to be able to exactly pinpoint where everything is, but if you look over to the left here behind a fence, you can see an area with a lot of bushes, and I assume that the scene happens somewhere in the same place where I'm standing in the video. Anyway, if you wanted to come out and look at this place for yourself, it's out here in San Pedro, Port of Los Angeles. It's Harbor Boulevard in between 5th Street and 6th Street, just to the left of the Maritime Museum. So right now I'm at the Shoreline Village in Long Beach, California, and right here is where a scene happens where Dexter confronts a sea predator. Now I'm saying sea predator because the YouTube algorithm will not allow me to say some of the words that I need to use to describe things. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the show. And right here is where season 3, episode 3 happens. The Lion Sleeps Tonight. The scene opens up with just the sea predator sitting down at an outside restaurant, and he has a camera in front of him. Dexter has seen him in the past taking photos of kids, and right behind me over here is where he was looking, and he saw a bunch of kids playing, and that happens right there. Now the sea predator's name is Nathan, and the reason why Dexter knows this is because, well, he's a detective, and he's got a database, you know, that he can look up on the computer, and he finds out his name, and that's why he comes here to confront him, to give him a little bit of a warning. Now how you can also tell that this is the area right here, the exact area, is because right behind me over here is that round building back there, and now right next to the theater there is the Hyatt Motel, and you can see it's a little washed out, but that's it right there. That's the background. Over Nathan's shoulder you can see this area right here, which that is a decorative lighthouse here in Long Beach, and that right there, the grassy area, you can see in the background over Nathan's shoulder.
I don't recall. I've changed. You haven't changed. It's impossible. We are what we are.
Right now I'm standing over here in what is known as Rainbow Harbor in Long Beach, California. And in this scene is where another dead body was found. And this one happened in season 3, episode 3, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Now in this scene, there's another dead body that's similar to the one that we talked about earlier. This dead body was also found with a part of his body skinned. Now the murderer, or the serial killer, has been nicknamed the Skinner. Right behind me here in these bushes is where they find the second body, the second victim of the Skinner. Now, once again, this is a scene where Dexter comes to the crime scene and meets up with the rest of the folks from his department. Now, right up here is a building. Now, that is the Long Beach World Trade Center. And you can clearly see that in the background over Dexter's shoulder right there. Now, this scene gives us a nice bird's eye view looking down onto the scene as we come into it. And as you look out over into the skyline of the city, back here you see this building right here. Now, once again, that building is the Hyatt, just like in the last filming location we just talked about. That's also the Hyatt Regency, the big hotel. And now, just over to the left of the Hyatt Regency Hotel are apartment complex that kind of peek up. They're a little far in the distance, but they're definitely in the scene as the scene opens up. Now, as the scene kind of pans down, it's actually starts out way at the top of one of these trees here, and you notice that there's a tree trimmer kind of looking down, and as they look down, the crime scene is taped off with caution tape, police caution tape. So I believe the exact tree that he was up in was this one right here, because this tree right here was the closest to the shrubbery where the dead body was, right in this area. Now, the dead body that the department finds, his name is Javier. Now, this is Javier's murder scene. Now, how can you find this? Now, of course, this is from episode 3, season 3, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. How you can find this is you want to go to Rainbow Harbor in Long Beach here, and it's a little hard to find, but if you can find how to get to this lighthouse over here, you can find the exact spot where the murder scene took place, which is right behind me right here. Now, if you can find the Pure Point snack bar and you just walk on this little walkway right here, you will be able to find the exact shrubbery, bushes, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that's Javier's murder scene right here in Long Beach, California at the Rainbow Harbor.
Hey, Dexter.
Now, right now I'm standing underneath the Queen Mary Way Bridge in Long Beach, California. And if you look behind me here, you'll see a familiar shot. This is in season 3, episode 3, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. And this is where Dexter meets Miguel, and they have a conversation about what Miguel knows about Dexter. Not giving away too much stuff here, not trying to give away the plot, but just to remind you, when Dexter met Miguel right here is when they talked about a certain thing that happened that was illegal, but Miguel, being the ADA of Miami, he was okay with it because it benefited him and his family, not giving away too much. But right behind me here is where they have that conversation. But then Miguel Prodo ends the conversation by saying, "I have a gift for you." So right here is where most of the scene took place. But if you turn around right here, this is where Miguel Prodo's car, SUV, was parked. And they came over to this area so Miguel could give Dexter a gift. And that gift was a shirt with a certain somebody's blood on it. And this shirt was to indicate that Miguel is not going to turn Dexter in for his ways. He's not going to turn him in. He's like, here's this shirt with so-and-so's blood on it. I'm not gonna give you, I'm not gonna, it's basically, I'm not gonna turn you in. Here's the evidence, take it. If you've seen the season, you know what I'm talking about. That all happened right here, and part of the conversation happened right over here. Now, how would you find this if you don't live here and you don't know that much about Long Beach? What you gotta do first is park your car over by Pier Point Landing. There's a parking spot right over here, and then that will take you right here to this bridge. Now this bridge, like I said, is the Queen Mary Way. All right, let's go on to our next filming location.
See, I'm used to having a brother. Share the load. I'm hoping maybe you'll get used to it too.
To be a brother. To have a friend.
Now this scene took place in season 3, episode 4, All in the Family. Right now I'm standing on Alamitos Beach here in Long Beach, California. And this right here is where a scene took place where Dexter and Miguel met on a beach. The scene is essentially where Miguel is welcoming Dexter into his family. Although Dexter is very hesitant, he doesn't want to get close to this guy, but it just seems to be naturally happening. And that scene happened right where I'm standing right now. The beach behind me is the beach that they're sitting at. Now let's go over the reasons why we know this is the filming location, and it's not in Miami. Now luckily, Long Beach has a lot of very unique tall buildings. And in this scene, you can see Miguel sitting right by Dexter, but behind Miguel are two very distinct buildings. This building right here, it's a circular building. It's been in other movies. It's been in other movies and filmed, TV shows quite a bit. So that building right there is right behind Miguel Prodo. And over here is a what looks like an apartment complex, but you can tell that it's the same building that's right behind Miguel and Dexter. Now in other scenes, you can see behind them another very unique building, the Villa Riviera, and that looks like kind of like a castle building right here in Long Beach, and you can see that over Miguel Prodo's shoulder quite a few times in the scene. Now I do want to say that the Long Beach skyline has filled out some since then. There's a lot of new buildings, a lot of new apartments and condos and yada yada yada. So just keep that in mind, that a lot of these newer looking buildings were not there when they filmed this scene. Now another giveaway for this filming location is some of these islands in the background. There's a certain island that it only shows a part of it, but it shows enough of it to know that this is definitely the island in the background on the beach. Alamitos Beach is not hard to find. It's one of the more popular beaches here in Long Beach, California. Also, they got this restaurant right here. Nice parking lot as well. And you can find it really easy. Alamitos Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining me on this video. And please, if you enjoyed it, maybe other people in your circle will enjoy it too. Please share this out if you can, just to help me out. I would highly appreciate that. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you will. And if you want to check out another video from me, I did another Dexter video right here in Long Beach. I went around and I showed all the houses from Dexter that were here in Long Beach. It's right there. Go check that video out. And if you want to see another video, check out my latest video right here, and I'll see you guys over there in either one of those. Bye-bye.